people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Arjen Robben. It's
let him shoot. No problem.
Good morning and welcome. Thanks for joining us this morning on the newspaper review headline at the Gallery TV. I'm Elede Chidema. This morning we'll begin with the Vanguard newspaper. The major headline on the Vanguard 2023, how PDP governors frustrated Obi out of party. 2023, how PDP governors frustrated Obi out of party. Governors tighten grid on delegates ahead APC-PDP presidential primaries. APC knows adaptation of security reports as aspirants might share screening. Disqualified 4 out of 1,197 House of Reps aspirants. APC decides on zoning across after screening presidential aspirants, says Adamu. That's the major headline of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, and the story is on page 5. Above we have a story, how Chinese firm shattered my dreams, said 23-year-old Abdutit. That's on page 13. APC Gamba primaries, governors men pick tickets. That's on page 42, still on Vanguard newspaper this morning. APC primaries, I'm not ready to serve, not make money. APC primaries, I'm ready to serve, not make money, says Tinubu. That's on page 10. Delta PDP primaries, Edibibe, manager Otuaru, others react to Oberewori victory. That's on page 14 on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Take us down. We have another major headline on the Vanguard that says, "Aha! Over half of death roll inmates in sub-Saharan Africa are in Nigeria." That is coming from reports, and the full story is on page 8 on the Vanguard newspaper. Drug trafficking charge, my life is in danger in prison, Abakari tells court. That's on page 7. A bank on PYO Global Partner for Good Governance. That's for sponsor for Yemi Osibanjo, Vice President. That's all you can take from the Vanguard this morning. The next paper with us is the New Telegraph. The next paper is the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And the major headline on Daily Trust says, APC presidential tickets, Buhari meets governor's mom on preferred candidate. APC presidential tickets, Buhari meets governor's mom on preferred candidate. Leads aspirants, others guessing off to Malabo for AU summit. No date for screening 48 hours to primaries. PDP picks candidates tomorrow. That's the major headline on Daily Trust this morning, and the full story is on page 9. Above we have ongoing party primaries a mess, says Jonathan. Ongoing party primaries a mess, says Jonathan. That's on page 18. We still have another story on the Daily Trust. Insecurity, Abuja Cardinal flight ticket sells for over 100,000 naira. Omoagege call Naniji Idris speak APC governorship ticket. Zulum, Buni, Sule, Matawale, Iwa, Abiodun get return ticket. Below we have another major headline on the Daily Trust this morning. Presidential race, Osibanjo campaign trips funding raises dust. Presidential race, Osibanjo's campaign trips funding raises dust. Unofficial use of presidential jet acts of corruption. Our vice president hasn't breached law, says lawyer. That's all we can take from the Daily Trust this morning. And the next is the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun newspaper has a major headline: APC presidential primary. Lawan Osibanjo, Tinubu, Ono Amechi, Umahi look strong. Lawan Osibanjo, Tinubu, Ono Amechi, Umahi look strong. Buhari party either works towards consensus. Jonathan condemns party primaries, not lawmakers. That's on page 6 and 27 on the Daily Sun this morning. Above we have sit at home, hoodlums burn motorcycle tricycles in Nsukka. That's in Enugu State. That's on page 4 on the Daily Sun this morning. Below we have a side story. Obi political to tsunami hit Anambra PDP. 9 National Assembly State Assembly aspirants withdraw from primary, other quit party. Children's Day, Odikalo advocates several punishment for children's rights violators. That's on page 3. Still on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. PDP presidential primary, please deploy massively to prevent crisis. Still on page 6 on the Daily Sun this morning. We have another major headline below. APC Gamba, Sanwo-Olu Yahaya Abiodun, Zulu Sule, Buni gets second time tickets. MNK, Omo Agege Cole, Naji, Idris win. That's another major headline on the Daily Sun. Below, Buhari travels out to attend AU extraordinary meeting in Malabo. The story is on page 26 on Daily Sun newspaper this morning. The next one we are going to take is the New Telegraph newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune, sorry about that, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper with a major headline, a decisive weekend, APC, a PDP big presidential candidate. Decisive weekend, the APC, PDP picks presidential candidates. About 3,000 delegates to vote to Osibanjo, Tinubu, Lawan, Amechi, Atiku, Saraki, Wike, others. Abuja hotel fully blocked. Abuja hotel fully booked. Buhari jet out to Equilateral Guinea for 3 days. That's on page 2 and 8 on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Above we have a story. Court stops INEC from recognizing Obaseki aide hoc delegate for 2023 election. That's on page 8. We have another story above. Abakari prays courts for bail, alleges threat to life in Kuje prison. He's saving custody, no threat to his life, said NCOS. That's on page 29. Election sensitive material no longer saving CBN, Falana tells INEC. That's on page 28. We have another major headline. Sanwo-Olu Abiodun, MNK and others picks Gamba ticket. That's on wins APC Gamba ticket. That's on page 26. Sanwo-Olu opponent lamps exercise. There's party on screening or your primary to hold today. That's on page 3. Harira, silence is not golden. JNI tells Southeast governors. That's on page 8. 3 Niger PDP delegates shot dead by bandits. That's on page 27. We have another story. Federal government, state, local government shares 656.602 billion naira for May. That's on page 6. Below we still have a story. Gunmen kidnap Lebanese, kill soldier driver in Ondo. That's on page 29. On page 28, still on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, we have a story. Electoral Act, Supreme Court reserve judgment in Buhari Malami's case. National Assembly, Rivers State, NBA wants suit dismissed. I think that's all we can take from the Nigerian Tribune. The next is the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper has a major headline. Governorship primaries, fresh crisis hit APC. Factions boycott polls, threaten suit. Governorship primaries, fresh crisis hit APC. Faction boycott polls, threaten suit. Lagos aspirant protest exclusion. Sanwo-Olu Abiodun, Omoaige, Matawale. Others win Abe, Ogun, Sokoto. Aspirants alleged fraud. Lagos aspirant protest exclusion. Sanwo-Olu Abiodun, Omoaige, Matawale. Others win. Abe, Ogun, Sokoto aspirants alleged fraud, threatened suits. Kayamo, Ojumbo, others absent. That's the major headline on the Punch this morning. As always, it's still on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Above Tinubu, Kwankwaso, Ekweremadu may lead regional parties. Tinubu, Kwankwaso, Ekweremadu may lead regional parties. That's on page 8 on the Punch newspaper this morning. We have a side story. PDP gets parallel governor candidate in Ogun, Kano, Akwa Ibom. That's on page 9. The story on page 16 says, I will ensure Nigeria exports fuel in 2 years, says Bankere. We have another major headline. Buhari attend AU summit in Malabo. That's still on page 16. We have a story on 29 on the Punch newspaper this morning. APC primary court decides Jonathan's faith today. Ex-president gets river. Osinachi, federal government slams homicide charges against husband. That's on page 14. Police arrest 43,329 kidnap robbery suspects in 1 year. That's on page 8. The next paper this morning is the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper has a major headline: How Sanwo-Olu Abiodun Abdulrazak won tickets. Clean sweep for governors. APC holds governorship primary. INEC only result for a monitored poll acceptable. Above we have a story, Sultan fish out prosecute unknown gunmen. That's on page 5. MAN laments effects of interest rate hike. Consumers may pay more. That's on page 7. I didn't abandon youth service. Odua insists primary monetized a mess, says Jonathan. Primaries monetized a mess, says Jonathan. That's on page 3 and 5 on the Nation newspaper this morning. I think that's all we can take from the Nation newspaper. The last with me this morning on the list is the Daily Independent newspaper with a major headline: Ongoing party primaries a mess, says Goodluck Jonathan. Ongoing party primaries a mess, says Goodluck Jonathan. Says they can't be used to elect president, governors, senators, others. That's the major headline on the Daily Independent this morning. Bandits kill 3 Niger PDP delegates as Kantigi emerges party's flag bearer. Federal government mounts surveillance to prevent outbreak of monkeypox. That's above. We have a side story on the Daily Independent this morning. On page 6, we have a story, section 8412, Supreme Court reserved judgment on Buhari AGF suit. Federal government, Federal Capital Minister orders reopening of Daide building markets, material markets. Federal government, state, local government, area, estates, states, local governments share 656.602 billion naira for April 2022. Below we have another major headline: APC governorship primaries skewed, a carried aspirant say. Abiodun, Mwifuru, Cole, Yahaya, Omoaige, Zulu, Sanwo-Olu, Buni, others big tickets. Below, Abacha clinch Kano PDP Gambanuturia ticket. That's on page 7 on the Daily Independent newspaper this morning. And that will bring us to the end of newspaper headline review. I'm Elede Chidema. Do join us at 12 for yet another update. Thanks for watching.
the life of people not only in Niger State, but also
Still a chance for Iron Robin. It's
Let him shoot, let him shoot. No problem.
Nigeria about to exit second wave of COVID-19. Still on the headline
of nursing and midwifery to Edo State College Nursing Sciences as part
with the